Welcome to St. Paul, Minnesota, up in the great Northwest, as the Minnesota Legend host the Albuquerque Adams tonight on this week's Monday Night Spectacular. Along with Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine. Our all-star team of Rochelle Colston and Ron Haynes is in our stat truck tonight. This should be a good one, Charles. Albuquerque has been one of the best teams this season, and Minnesota is practically unbeatable in this building.
Yeah, definitely. The upstart Adams are coming in. They're first in the division. They're on a one-game winning streak. This is going to be a prove-it type game for the Legend. They're 2-2. They're third in their division. They've got to start clawing upwards. And, a team like Albuquerque is a good test to see if they've got the legs to go in the playoffs and deeper.
We've got the coin toss. It's going to be Minnesota with the football first. And we are excited for this one. The Monday Night Spectaculars have been fire this season. And we are happy to have you here for another edition. As Rob Ems has the ball on the tee and the hand in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, kick it. We are underway from Minnesota. This kick from 1 yard out of the back of the end zone, returned by Quaig Nam up to the 24-yard line. And that's where season 23 MVP Johnny Reno takes the field. Struggling a little bit so far this season, Charles, but still a very capable quarterback.
Yeah, he's got a good head on his shoulders. And I think he would echo this. Just needs to limit the mistakes.
Two receivers at the top of the screen for Minnesota in their dark greens with the Kelly green trim and the white numbers. Pass is picked on the first play of the game. Intercepted by Bryant James out of the flat. Reno's 8th pick in 5 games.
Reno did not see that, and that's James, the strong safety for the Adams, his first interception of the season. Just you stood there in that short zone coverage, and again, I don't think Reno saw it, and they disguised that coverage really well and made him pay for it, and almost got in the end zone as well.
Albuquerque 4th in the SFL, coming in with 10 interceptions as a team. And now set up with a 1st and goal on the Minnesota 8-yard line to start things off. A handoff to Jason Williams on a nice little delay down to the 1-yard line. Really good play call there from Albuquerque, 2nd and goal.
A great play call and a great run there by Williams. And what a way, Cam, to silence the crowd here in Minnesota. First play on offense, get an interception, and now the opponent here is ringing the door to put 7 up.
2nd and goal for Albuquerque. 2 in the backfield. They lead the league in rushing touchdowns, and they do not have another one. Plugged up there on the line by Stefan Forge. It'll set up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to run against Forge. He's got good physicality there as a linebacker, and he closes those gaps quickly.
Third down. Can Minnesota get a key goal line stop? Get some money in the bank. Jason Williams is stonewalled. Stefan Forge, cha-ching, will force a field goal.
Oh, that was greatness. 2 great plays in a row by Forge. Man, that defense has got to be on all-time high.
Wow, Albuquerque's challenging the spot. I'm not sure that they're going to win it, but, I mean, it's worth 6 points, so I don't blame them for taking the challenge. We'll take an early retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. What do you see, Charles?
I think this is going to be close, man. I don't think the ball crossed the line, but he had a couple other parts of the body.
And the play does stand, so Albuquerque's going to lose an early timeout. A little bit of a minor break there for Minnesota. I have to draw attention, Charles. I'm not quite sure who Double Touch Podcast is, but he says, or she says, I'm just here for Charles's sultry voice.
Wow.
Double Touch indeed.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I need to shut up so you can do that again. What did you say?
I was singing, man.
I know. Just please continue.
Double Touch brought it out of me. I couldn't help it.
Can we get a replay?
And I'm talking over a score. Oh, my God. Dags is going to be on me now. You set me up for that one, Ken.
We just want to. I just want to hear you sing again. Do it.
Jags has got a blue wrench and he's ready to use it.
Oh gosh, I totally botched this one. Sorry, folks. We really missed out. All right, E.J. Minson on the return. Past the 30 to the 34. Wow. Man, Monday night is just explosive this season.
That's a great way to build on that momentum that the defense set up there on that huge goal line stand. Minson comes out there, puts him in great field position to start the offensive drive and recover from that interception.
I'm already exhausted. We've only been here a couple minutes. Just getting settled in. I meant to shout out DJ Woods during the weekly recap show. He posted on Sunday, I've got Canton, Mexico City queued up if this Super Bowl gets out of hand, and it did. So a huge shout out to anybody that rewatched the SFL championship game yesterday. TJ Frosty on the tackle, Charles. He's now got 50 on the season. He's their leading tackler.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, that is a lot of tackles there for a free safety.
Greg Soto, give Charles a compliment. He loses track of the game. We now know his weakness. There goes Colin Hart. Albuquerque loses track of him as he gets up to midfield for a first down.
You know, I was looking at his stats today. He's like second all-time in everything. He's a beast. And, you know, when I first came into the league and wanted to be a running back, he was the guy I thought was, the one I wanted to emulate.
And still not in the Hall of Fame. Certainly the league candidate for 2025. He only trails Hall of Famer BDG Hollywood in all those categories. 1st and 10 just inside Albuquerque territory. This is a handoff to Robert Henson Jr. past the 35 to the 31-yard line. Henson Jr. with a pickup of 18.
Well, that's the definition of bounce back, Cam. I mean, they make a mistake on offense. The defense does what they need to do. Special teams sets them up. And so far, that offensive line and running back core for Minnesota is just killing it.
Minnesota bouncing back quite well after that early interception from Reno. As Reno will drop to throw, he'll check it down to Jason France. He turns the corner. Jason France has a first down.
What's so smart about Minnesota in their play calling is they're having Reno go back on those short drops, and that's the perfect fence against that aggressive Adams defense. I mean, they're going up against Chris Porter, number 2 in the league, 5 sacks, and Jefferson, Rivers, and Williams. You know, they're somebody to keep an eye on as well.
Going back to that Henson run, 41 yards this season, and I'm pretty sure that 18-yard run is a career long for him. That was a monstrous play. France's catch goes for 10 on Reno's first completion. E.J. Minson goes in motion, first down just outside of the red zone. The handoff goes to Colin Hart, and he will get about a half a yard before he's cut down by William Patterson. This Minnesota offense includes Johnny Reno, Isaac Knox, Colin Hart, and Robert Henson Jr. in the backfield. Quag Mam, Deezer Powell, Jay Taylor, and E.J. Minson at receiver. The tight end is Jason France. Tackles, Brookie Burr and Axel Raven, along with guards, Carly Forge and Griffin King, and center Ruthie Raven up front. This is Reno's pass incomplete, looking for Deezer Powell, broken up by Amar Bryant Jr.
I thought that was going to be a great play there. He's, Reno is just he bounces back, man. That's what you expect out of a 6-season veteran. He doesn't let an interception slow him down. He's just still slinging it around the yard.
Minnesota will have to stick to the air. They have 35 rushing yards on their first 4 runs. Passing is 1 of 3 for 10 and a pick so far. Minson again goes in motion now 3 by 1 at the bottom of the screen, short side left. 3 down lineman for Albuquerque. Reno against a 6-man rush, throws the end zone. Powell, it is across the line for a Minnesota touchdown.
I think that might be a challenge, Cam. But that catch was horrific. He just got right past the defender. I don't know if he crossed the line.
If Albuquerque chooses to challenge, which they are, Charles, they're out of challenges now because they lost the first one. So that's going to be tough in a stadium that Minnesota does not often lose in.
Yeah, I mean, he clearly did. I don't think any part of his body crossed the line. He was stopped on the 1, it looked like. That was not Not good spot at all. Well, his foot got in the end zone, but came back out. And he caught the ball.
This is close.
It means I'm wrong, and they're going to give him 6.
Nope, you are correct. Albuquerque wins the challenge. He did look short. So for the time being, the Adams will keep Minnesota out of the end zone. Now, the last time Albuquerque was inside the 5, Minnesota managed to get a stop on, it was 2nd and goal at the 1. This is 1st and goal at about the 1-inch line for Minnesota. See if Albuquerque can do the same. 2 in the backfield. 6 down linemen. Adams defense shifting up. Reno under center. Reno will pass. Reno is sacked at the 6-yard line. Brought down from the from the blind side by Chris Porter, who now has 6 sacks on the season.
And that man needs to be blocked. And whoever had the blocking assignment for him totally whiffed. I don't think anybody touched him, and he just whipped around the edge and just ended that play.
Porter 2nd in the league in sacks, trailing Minnesota's Mark Mello, who has 8. Handoff, Colin Hart breaks a tackle, and then it's Bryant Jr. again with the stop. So here we go, 3rd and goal inside the 5. Could we get a second goal line stop?
Yeah, you got to give cred there to the linebacker Samuels as well. He grabbed onto the running back and didn't let go.
Inside the 2, 3rd down and goal. Handoff, Isaac Knox gets across the goal line for the score. Touchdown, Minnesota.
I believe that's his 2nd touchdown of the year, and that was a highlight dive into the end zone. Yeah, I was going to say before that last play where there was a loss in the backfield, the offensive line for Minnesota, they are solid. I think they average about 330 pounds across the board. They are big, and they know how to block on pass as well as run.
Reno sacked just 6 times in his first 4 games, and so far just the 1 sack given up tonight. Mickey Malillo's extra point is off to the right, but it is good. A 10-play, 66-yard drive for Minnesota, and the Legend take a 7-3 lead. Charles, these 2 teams kind of mirror images of each other. They're both expansion teams in their first, or they both came into the league as expansion teams, I should say, and in their first seasons finished 7-5 and made the playoffs. Albuquerque was unable to get out of the first round, a tight loss to Carolina last season, but they're on their way. Minnesota trying to make it to the SFL championship for the first time. They have been very close, but I think these 2 teams have learned a lot from each other over the years, and they feel like the SFL's future, don't they?
Well, definitely, and both of these teams are a case study on how to start a franchise in this league. Anyone wants to ever gets the honor of starting up a new team, you got to reach out to these owners and the staff on these squads, and they'll put you in the right direction. Their
first meeting, as they did not meet last season in Albuquerque's first year in the SFL. This is Cyrus Jive over the middle, and that pass is caught to the very talented Kay Marion, who we're talking about for the first time tonight. She leads the league in receptions and yards.
Definitely, and I think she was standing next to Jack Wall there. Maybe that was a kind of a pick. I thought it was going to be a pick play, but I think the defender didn't know who to cover.
That was a pick play against themselves. It's just kind of ringing around the rosy there, but it works out for Marion and the Adams. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line, 7 in the box for Minnesota. Adams handed off to Jason Williams, gets a clean block from his brother Justin, and picks up 8 yards on the play. 2nd down and 2. The Albuquerque starting offense includes Cyrus Jive, Jason and Justin Williams. In the backfield, wide receivers Kyle Finnemore, Clarence Lee, and Kay Marion. The tight end is Jack Wall. On the line, number 56 tackle Queen Porter, number 71 tackle Max Van Linge, number 60 the guard Jerian Jones, and number 70 the guard Leah Williams. Keep an eye on them. The handoff up the middle is for 1st down. That's Taylor.
We were giving love to the offensive line of the Legend. Adams, their offensive line is pretty darn good at run blocking as well.
4:18 to go in another exciting Monday night spectacular first quarter. Cyrus Jive rolls out and throws a dart to K. Marion. First down for Albuquerque, quickly in Minnesota territory.
That is a rollout play to perfection. It looked like all of the blocking responsibilities were executed perfectly, route running perfectly, and K. Marion's wide open. Great
double move by Marion. Mike St. Green promised a shootout tonight. He predicted Albuquerque was going to get the win 34-30. We're off to a fast start. The over-under from Jack's data, 46.5. It's 7-3 with the Adams on the move. That's Taylor again to set up a 2nd and 7.
I like the play calling on both sides. I mean, they're doing a good mix of run and pass, and they're not too predictable.
Heavier look here with Jack Wall off the right side. 8 in the box for Minnesota to counter. Handoff. Jason Williams got a few. 3rd and 4.
I was looking at Jason Williams. For some reason, I didn't realize he's been in the league that long. 14 seasons, and he's right up there in all-time stats and carries and yards and touchdowns. 6th in carries and yards and 4th in touchdowns. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I need to check these all-time stats more often.
There are a lot of players on this field. There's not a single player in this game that is a Hall of Famer, as Jive's pass is incomplete into the end zone. That's going to bring up 4th down. But there are so many players, Charles, who are very close, very worthy of Hall of Fame careers. You've got Colin Hart, you've got Deezer Powell, Jason Williams. Rob Ems is 4th all-time in field goals made. And even guys like Mark Mello are slowly putting together, along with Joshua Williams, putting together Hall of Fame seasons as well.
Speaking of Rob Ems.
242 made field goals in his career. This kick is off the left. He bends that right inside, and it is good. 8-play, 51-yard drive for Albuquerque makes our score 7-6.
Can't just kick it straight. That's the story of the SFL kickers. Kick it straight, man. I don't need to have a heart attack waiting for that ball to go through the uprights.
It's called playing the wind and playing with your emotions.
Showing off. Bring back the Mark Mosley straight on kickers.
You know, Charles, I think that I would probably go to school, learn how to play golf, ask you to go play golf, just so that I could get out there as Mam gets a nice return out near midfield. And then I'd ask you to go play golf just so that I could hit one of those shots, curving the ball around a tree, just to show off. What do you think?
I do that, and it always ends up in the water.
Have you ever heard my my golf story from college?
No.
I took golf in college, but it was the semester that I met my now wife. And so it was the class was at 9 a.m. It was very difficult to get up for work. So I just never went. And you could pay $10 to get your absences, or I think it was $5 per absence. So after $100, I had an A and I was on my way.
Did you just say difficult to get up from work?
I did. Colin Hart with a pickup of 3.
You said you just met your future wife. Come on, Tiger. I know what's going on here.
I don't know what you're insinuating. I'm just saying, you know. Wow. We need a super. Hey, Charles, stop making those sounds for free. We need those for super chats. Isaac Knox takes the handoff. That's a loss of 1. 3rd and 8.
You started with, I met my wife that semester, and I showed up late because of work. Come on now. Everybody knows what that is.
Well, that's the golf story. You know, I just.
Yeah. Come on now.
Just trying to entertain. 2 minutes to go in the first. 3rd down and 8. Mike Dagg says that noise should not happen. I think he's talking about the noise you made. 3rd down for Minnesota in a 1-point game. Johnny Reno to throw against a 5-man rush. That pass is picked off Bryant James. His second of the night, already money in his bank as well. Albuquerque forcing turnovers early.
Unbelievable. And I don't think he saw James on that play either. It's crazy. just with a fly route there by the wide receiver, and James just stood his ground, just put his paws out, and the ball fell right in his hands.
So Albuquerque with 2 field goals and 2 forced turnovers in this one, but still trailing despite playing a cleaner game. Cyrus Jive 2 for 3 for 34 yards to start, both catches by K. Marion. They'll start on the ground with Jason Williams, who got clogged in the backfield. That was primarily because of Max Knight blowing that up.
Oh, Cam, I'm still thinking about your college story.
I know, it's me too.
I mean, that would have been good. You just tell me, but you told the entire SFL. That might come back to haunt you.
It's a good story. Cyrus Jive straight back, fires that pass. Oh, caught by Jack Wall, and he is ripped down. That is a definite penalty, a personal foul, face mask on Derek Meerkat. That'll tack on 15.
Oh my gosh, he can look down and see his heels. His head was completely turned around on that one.
So Minnesota playing a bit undisciplined, a surprise here at home. As Jive will check it down. Really smart play there. Jason Williams wide open. He gets 8.
I mean, both the Williams, Jason and Justin, I mean, use them in the pass game as well out of that backfield. I don't think the Legend have an answer if they start getting them involved in the passing game.
Hand off. That's Taylor. And I think he is short. That was a nice stop by Jason Clay. 3rd down.
Yep, Taylor was trying to audition for Dancing with the Stars on that one, and it didn't work.
You ever heard my dancing? No, I don't have a story. I wasn't on it. 3rd and 1. That's the end of the first quarter. Albuquerque 6, Minnesota 7. We got another good one here on MNS tonight, week 6 on the Virtual Football Network. Along with Rochelle Colston and Ron Haynes, Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine. What a good one. 100 total yards for Albuquerque so far in the ball game. There's your first quarter stats. 3rd and 1. Jason Williams got it with ease. Jack Wall, what a block to the 6-yard line. First down. Jubilee Marsh saved the touchdown.
Cam, are you kidding me? I want a replay on this one. Let's see this blocking. Oh my golly. Look at that blocking on the edge. Brother helping brother. Oh my God. That was some good blocking. Holy smokes.
And way on the outside was also the second tight end, Kyle Brady, getting involved in the action. Jive back to pass, in trouble, shakes off a wall, sack, throws it back in the end zone, incomplete. It was picked off but out of bounds. Wow, that was close to being all sorts of things.
Whoa.
Oh, and a challenge from Minnesota.
That whole play was a cardiac arrest waiting to happen. Holy smokes. I thought he was going to get sacked, and then he threw it in the end zone, and I thought it was an interception. I don't know if my heart can take this.
Let's take a retroactive look at the play. Woo. Presented by Retroid. We're looking for an interception here in the back of the end zone. And
I think he had it.
Wow, that's close. Yeah. Johnny Bravo, I don't think had possession when that first foot was down. But again, another worthy challenge by these coaches, but now both teams down to 2 timeouts in the first half.
Man. Well, I mean, they are in a good position, Albuquerque. I mean, their running game has been very effective tonight. Just stick with it. At least one more play. Let's see what you can do.
Second down and goal. 9:29 to go in the first half. The handoff goes to Jason Williams. He dove for the end zone, but lost his way. Is short of the goal line.
Either he dove early or he tripped. I don't know. I think he's going to go with he tripped.
I think Jack Wall's calves got in the way on that one.
Yeah, Jack Wall did something there.
Third and goal at the 1. Can Minnesota get another stop? They do! Jason Williams is stonewalled by Derek Meerkat, and Minnesota's racked up $500,000 in incentives inside the 3-yard line in the first half.
Yeah, Minnesota's goal line stances are crazy tonight. I haven't seen a game, we haven't done a game all year that's seen 2 outstanding goal line stances like that.
Rob Ems gets the field goal, but it kind of feels like a victory for Minnesota. Another opportunity to score a touchdown for Albuquerque, and all they do is get 3, 9-7 with 8:45 to go in the first half.
Well, that type of stand pumps up Minson. Let's see what he does here on the return.
On a return, it's going to this time be Quag Mam, and Mam gets up to the 24-yard line as they alternate kick returners. This is Trick Jerseys Field at Northwood Stadium, and Trick Jerseys is a veteran-owned, Minnesota-based custom apparel company specializing in sportswear, headwear, and promotional products. We hope you create a strong brand that your fans will love. Let's work together. Visit trickjerseys.com. Trick Jerseys, creators of awesome. $5 super chat from Derek Meerkat. Big money, Meerkat. Toss out. Oh, great block. Toss to Colin Hart. Breaks a tackle and nearly got away. 9.5. That was beautiful from Axel Raven on the outside.
Oh, my gosh. That little shimmy there was just enough to add another 3 to the run. Somebody needs to put in super chat money to hear your Meerkat imitation. Meerkat or whatever.
Why'd you have to bring that up? You know, I was going to look it up so I'd get the right.
That's our SFL fan favorite.
I know, but I was going to get the right sound and everything, but I forgot. Now you brought it up. Israel with the $5 super chat. SFL family, hit that like button. Thank you, Israel. Handoff. That's Isaac Knox. He's got a first down past the 40 to the 41-yard line.
I've seen some smart running on both sides of Albuquerque and Minnesota tonight. The blocking's been great, but man, those running backs are giving extra yards there based on their on the field awareness.
No offense to other teams, Charles, but watching these two teams play in the first 12 minutes of this game, this is the type of football we want to see every game. I mean, both of
I
these.
would say that's very offensive, Cam, and there are a lot of teams that'll be DMing me tonight.
Well, then why would you say that, Charles? Colin Hart takes the handoff and gets nothing. Tackle made by Keenan Samuels on that stop, who came into the game with exactly 700 tackles. Congrats to Keenan. Their defensive front, Chris Porter, Leo Jefferson, Neil Rivers, and Joshua Williams. Linebackers, Seth Berlin, Keenan Samuels, William Patterson, and Amar Bryant, and the safeties, secondary, golly, Colin Hart gets the carry. Colin Hart gets outside, breaks a tackle. Colin Hart first down, as chaotic as the lineup read to the Albuquerque 45.
Cam, can you say that again, please?
Which part?
Well, right before the snap.
Sure. You want me to start from the beginning?
You were killing it.
Their secondary includes Amar Bryant Jr., Daniel Valentine, TJ Frosty, Jack Napier, and Bryant James. You try reading 15 names in 15 seconds.
Is that now?
Hand off to Isaac Knox. Up the middle. Knox to the Albuquerque 28-yard line. Wow, Minnesota's putting on a rushing clinic.
They definitely are. And look at that block. Look, I mean, that hole is incredible, that A-gap. I mean, you could drive a trailways sideways through that.
So Minnesota on the move again. We are up to 114 in total yards, but 88 of that on the ground.
Mickey. Thank you, Mickey.
Charles, pay attention to the game. We have a job to do. We'll get to Mickey in a minute. First down and 10. As Johnny Reno's pass caught by Jay Taylor breaks a tackle to the Albuquerque 15-yard line.
I think they've got a winning combination for Reno when he does that one, that quick drop back. because that, again, the aggressive defensive line there for the Adams can't do anything about it because Reno does a quick read, gets rid of the ball so quickly. There's really nothing they can do.
Well, I looked up what a meerkat sounds like. I don't like the results.
You're not allowed to look it up. You just got to freestyle it.
But I don't like what the description is. Robert Henson Jr. on the carry. Mickey Malillo, $4.99 super chat. I want a meerkat meow. How about a... It says vocalizations include murmurs, threatening growls, and spits, scolding clucks, and a defensive alarm bark. How am I supposed to make any of those noises?
It's like acting class, the semester you were dating your wife.
That was also at 9 a.m. Knox, 3rd and inches.
I got an A in that class.
After another good run. Damon, what was that, Cam? I try to murmur. I don't know what to tell you.
Talking over a great drive here by the Minnesota legend.
3rd and inches, 5 minutes to go. Can Albuquerque get a goal line stop? They failed the last time. Hand off to Colin Hart. Breaks off a tackle. Colin Hart is into the end zone for a touchdown. That's the difference, Charles. 2 touchdowns for Minnesota inside the 5. 2 field goals for the Adams.
And why not? Colin Hart's got to take it in, and this Cam deserves a threatening growl. Or not.
Robert Henson says, make that a meerkat meow in Spanish. Okay. Hola! Meow. See? There you go. Oh, man. I think
this is off the rails, my friend.
I think people like us more when we're like this. I think it's...
You started it.
I certainly did with the golf
romance stories.
14-9 Minnesota. Lost in our lunacy is a great football game, Charles. Minnesota's up 5, and both teams are just playing excellent football right now.
And you can't, I mean, you have to tip your hat there for the Minnesota legend. The playbook, the run plays they put in their playbook, outstanding.
The defense for Minnesota on the line includes Angela Meerkat, Mark Mello, Chloe Meerkat, and Max Knight. The linebackers, Matthew Alvarado, Stephen Black, Jason Clay, and Stephon Forge. In the secondary, cornerbacks, David Leathers, Nicholas Frossel, and Johnny Bravo. Safety, Slyn Shady, Jubilee Marsh, and Derek Meerkat. Charles, remind me to never schedule Minnesota on a Monday night again. They always get me with this Meerkat stuff.
What keeps them coming back for more.
Oh, yeah. 4:50 to go in the first half. Albuquerque with the football back. Both teams have moved the ball at times at will, but not on that play. That's Angela Meerkat with the TFL.
What do you do when Meerkat makes a good play, Cam?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. Wow.
You know, why can't you stick your neck out there and be humiliated?
I didn't commit to that noise. You did.
Cyrus Jive fires on 2nd and 12, and a rare misfire. Had a wide open receiver and just threw it out too far ahead of, I think that was Marion, 3rd down.
I think he heard some noise there on the edges. I think they did I might have missed it, but it looked like they did a fan stunt there, and they were getting outside of the tackles. And the quarterback heard the noise.
Jive now 4 for 7 for 72 yards. 3rd and 12. Back to pass against a 6-man blitz, and that pass is incomplete. Looking for Jack Wall down the field. And that feels like our first true stop of the ball game. And it is, because that's our first punt of the first half.
And that's amazing, because Cyrus Jive all season has been money on, pass completion percentage. I mean, he's 2nd in the league with 65%. Tonight, I think he's a little bit lower.
Albuquerque also 4th in the SFL coming into tonight in 3rd down conversions at nearly 63%. And they only get into 3rd downs 10 per game, Charles. Actually, both teams do not spend a lot of time in 3rd downs, and that speaks to the greatness of each offense.
And now the challenge here is for the Adams defense to do something. Now's the time they got to get that ball back and give their offense a chance to score before the end of the half.
Minnesota back in control, 14-9 over the Adams. 4:15 to go in the first half. Man in motion was France. This is Johnny Reno, back to pass, fires that, looking for Powell, rather, and that's broken up.
And what do you do against a legend wide receiver there? You hit him, you hold on to him, just enough so you don't get a penalty and disrupt his ability to catch the ball.
Reno now 3 for 7, trips left. Back to pass. Blitz is picked up. Reno off his back foot, fires to Jason France. Credit the offensive line for that first down.
6'7", 270 pounds. That's like throwing to your center.
And Jack Wall's not too far behind him, 6'7", 255.
Oh,
3:50 to go in the first half. Off the completion from Marino. Handoff to Robert Henson Jr. Picks up to... Now, Robert Henson Jr. He's a good case study, Charles, because, when he first got on the team, he wasn't getting a lot of looks, wasn't getting a lot of touches. They've slowly kind of worked him into the offense, and he's really made an impact in this first half.
I mean, yeah, he is a good built, solidly built player from a rating standpoint. So, there's no cutoff when you give him the ball.
Hand off to Hart, and it's a rare opportunity for Albuquerque to stop him for no gain. Jack Napier, the season 17 All-Star, with his 5th tackle tonight, 3rd down and 8. Look at that formation.
I think they're doing man.
Rollout. Reno has time, fires, caught. E.J. Minson, the man beater, gets a first down. Tackle made by Frosty.
They had the entire family of, of Brian James and Napier in the backfield there on man-to-man coverage, and they still let the wide receiver get open.
Albuquerque hunting for a stop. They intercepted Minnesota twice in the second quarter, but Minnesota's other 2 drives have been for touchdowns. Reno fires to Taylor, picking up 4, and Reno's balanced attack is killing Albuquerque. 4 different receivers with catches so far.
I'm just, I haven't seen a lot of aggressive defensive play calling there on the Adams side. Let's see if they turn it up a bit now that the offense is getting close to the red zone.
Hand off to Colin Hart. It'll set up a 3rd down and 3. We have reached the 2-minute warning. Can Albuquerque pull off the comeback? This is a tough place to win. This is the 2-minute warning on the Monday Night Spectacular, Charles. Minnesota all-time is 30-5 in this stadium. They have won 16 straight at home. Their last loss at home was to Arizona. That was a playoff game, October 21st, 2023, over a year ago. Reno dumps it off to Colin Hart, 20 to the 18-yard line. First down, wide open out of the backfield.
Well, they went aggressive on that one, Cam, but they didn't cover the flats. Wound up paying for it. Wide open. I thought he was going to the house there, but Frosty, did a game-saving tackle.
The last regular season loss at home, Mike Daggs will be happy about this, was back September 29th of 2023. Mexico City came into Minnesota to get the win, a 13-7 final. 14-9 here as Minnesota tries to extend their lead. That's Robert Henson Jr., but he got kind of hung up in the backfield. Did manage to get a yard out of it, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, it looked like Napier and Samuels, were the 1-2 punch that brought him down the backfield.
Offense going a little quicker now. 1:08 to go. Reno drops to throw. Reno dumps it off again to Hart. This time it is well covered. TFL from Timeout, Minnesota.
Yeah, another one. Napier's having a good game so far in the first half.
I love the sleeves on Johnny Reno. That's a sharp look right there. Roll out, Reno. Fires, incomplete, and that is a fourth down. Looking for Taylor.
Oh, Valentine had a bead on that pass. If he would have put his mitts on it, it would have been lights out.
Did you see any PI on that, Charles?
No, I didn't. Did you?
No, just wondering. It was pretty tight coverage. Just didn't know what you thought.
You playing mind games with me again?
No, just golly. I'm just asking your opinion. Kick is good for Mickey, 17-9. You are on one tonight.
The KGB play-by-play method. Did you see any pass interference in that?
Did you just speak Russian or bad English? What was that?
It's bad Russian.
Okay, we'll split the difference. Field goal good for Mickey. It's still a one-score game. Albuquerque will try to get something before the half, possibly, depending upon their field position. That is a return from Clarence Lee. You know, for all the good things Albuquerque's done in this half, Charles, K. Marion is the only pass catcher with a reception tonight in the first half, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, it is surprising. There's still time, though.
52 seconds left. They have 2 timeouts. They lost one on a challenge earlier. $4.99 super chat from Mickey Malillo. Cam, I want a Mickey Malillo with that last made field goal attempt. That is field goal make number 136 on the career for Mickey. And that pass caught by Marion for a first down. Albuquerque going to get aggressive.
Yeah, Jive stood in there under pressure and just delivered a strike to Marion. That was an easy one there, Mickey. Come on now. You got to make Cam work for it.
Y'all are making me work tonight, trust me. From the 42-yard line, Minnesota showing heavy pressure. They just bring one up the middle. That was Alvarado. The pass is picked off. It fooled Cyrus Jive. Pass intercepted by Derek Meerkat. First down for Minnesota and career interception for Derek, number 23.
Oh, that's incredible. Again, another instance where the quarterback, I think, didn't see the defender. It was just a fly route, it looked like, by Wall, and just threw it into the hands of the wrong receiver.
That is Minnesota's just
for Meerkat, correct?
Yep, Derek Meerkat, and that's his first of the season, and that's Minnesota's only 4th interception in 5 games. They were actually second to last in the SFL.
What do you do when the Meerkat gets their first interception?
Say again?
What do you do when a Meerkat gets their first interception of the season?
Just congratulate him. And read the super chat, $2 from Derek saying, called it. He certainly did. And Jason France down the sideline has a first down, 35 seconds to go. Minnesota's in business.
Yeah, I mean, I would, I think France is money, man. You want to throw it to that 270-pound behemoth. I think good things are going to happen.
35 seconds.
I don't even know what a behemoth is. I'm going to have to look that up.
You don't know what a behemoth is?
I do. I'm just joking.
I was going to educate you, probably incorrectly. A behemoth is a large meerkat.
You educated me on meerkat sounds.
I definitely will never do that. 1st and 10 of the Albuquerque 27. That pass caught by Taylor. There's a flag down. Didn't see one thrown. Roughing the passer.
Ooh.
Wow. Called on Albuquerque's Neil Rivers. Let's take a look.
That's a little late there, Sluggo.
Yeah. Can't do that. Wow, I don't know what Neil was thinking. That's a terrible.
Mississippi.
It's a terrible penalty, Charles. Gets him down to the 5-yard line.
Wow.
Still with the 1 timeout for the legend. Powell's going to go.
Are we allowed to file a grievance against the director of broadcasting?
Oh, for slandering your good name?
Yes.
Pass incomplete into the end zone intended for Powell. I mean, who are you going to file it with exactly?
I don't know, but my grandkids are sitting here going, Grandpa, what does drunk mean?
Come on, Dags.
Jeez, take away his wrench.
Yeah,
He's getting a little too heavy-handed.
You know, it wouldn't be the first time I had to take a wrench away around here. Ugh, just can't trust anybody these days. Second and goal at the 29-yard line. Deezer Powell goes in motion. Albuquerque trying to get a stop. Minnesota's had 2 touchdowns down here inside the 5. They've been excellent in the red zone. Reno drops to throw, checks it down to France, tried to turn the corner, but stepped out of bounds at the 3.
He had it. He had it. It's just that momentum, that 270-pound momentum took him out of bounds.
25 seconds left. Still got that timeout in their pocket. And I'd be watching for where Bryant James is. He's already got 2 interceptions tonight. I think he's in the slot. Powell's going to go in motion again. Could they be trying to get France down at the bottom once more? Reno to throw. Reno fires in zone. Touchdown! It's Powell with the score. Powell right in the kisser for Albuquerque.
Third touchdown of the season, and that could have been his best all season right there, right in the crowd. Great accuracy there by Reno as well. Holy smokes. Albuquerque's got to find something here because right now Minnesota's on fire.
Deezer Powell, touchdown number 114, and coming into the week was just 2 behind Stephen Hacker for 4th all time. Hacker, who's also watching this game and watching Deezer Powell closely as he puts up Minnesota 24-9.
22 seconds, not a lot of time, Cam. I think we're going to take this to the halftime mark.
Well, this ended very poorly for the Adams, who, by all accounts, had a lot of positives in this first half, but their inability to get the touchdowns inside the 5-yard line is really hurting them now in retrospect.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's been, on the Minnesota side, it's been great defense and also great running and blocking by that offensive line.
$18 seconds to go in the first half. Minnesota up to 235 yards. Remember, at one point, Albuquerque led in total yardage 118 to 114. And Minnesota, 13 first downs in the first half, over 100 yards rushing and passing. That is Jason Williams just to run out the clock, a pickup of 3.
Yeah, I mean, the Albuquerque needs to, go to the locker room and come up with some kind of adjustments there. I think they need to, on defense, they need to specifically, get a little bit more aggressive. Haven't seen a lot of aggressiveness by the defense for Albuquerque, but when they have, I think it's enough to upset the quarterback on the legend, Reno.
In the first half, Minnesota, 17 passes, 18 runs. Doesn't get much better than that. Here's your first half numbers. Jive, not a terrible half, but obviously a terrible interception just before the break. Charles, you mentioned what Albuquerque needs to do. What do you think about Minnesota? You think they just stay status quo on this?
I mean, why not? I mean, they've pretty much getting all their wide receivers involved in the game with their game plan. I really like the play selection for the run game. Getting all of pretty much everyone in the backfield's touched the ball, and we're looking at 6.2 yards per carry for Knox, 5.7 for Hart, and 7.7 for Henson. I mean, so you don't really need to do a lot of adjustments on the Minnesota side.
24-9. Colin Hart on his way to another 100-yard day. Let's take a halftime break presented by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Start of the second half, and we're ready to go from Minnesota, 24-9. The legend with the 15-point lead. Albuquerque will get the football as Kyle Finnemore has been pretty quiet tonight. Gets up to the 29-yard line. Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, breaksgpt.com. Cyrus Jive starts the second half and almost threw a pick. Jason Clay was in the vicinity.
I mean, I think Clay's back was to the quarterback, and somehow he was able to get his mitts on the ball.
That half started almost identical to Johnny Reno's first half start. Jive's got to reel it in.
At that point, Cam, what a way to recover after that first play of the game.
I agree. Jive now 5 of 11, trying to do a little recovery of his own. And anytime you want to improve your stat line, just throw it to K. Marion.
Definitely. I mean, right in traffic, you know, good coverage there by the legend. But, man, Marion does not give up and just able to grab that in with one hand, no less.
Trips off the right side for the Adams. Fires it out to Jason Williams, and Williams will pick up 4 on the play. 2nd and 6.
Only 4, Cam, but still, I think it's smart getting your backfield involved in the passing game. Got to do something to make the Minnesota Legend defense guess.
Some defensive shout-outs. Stephon Forge leads Minnesota in tackles tonight with 5. TJ Frosty has 5 for Albuquerque. Jack Napier, your game leader, with 8. Jai back to pass. 2nd down and 6. That pass incomplete off the helmet of, again, a back-turned Minnesota defender. That was Meerkat.
I mean, you said earlier it's smart to throw to Marion, but not when there are 3 defenders around him. Around her, excuse me.
Marion just her 2nd target that did not result in a catch. Finnemore, Lee, and Wall targeted 5 combined times for no catches. Jai back to pass against the blitz and is taken down. Around the outside, it's Angela Meerkat's night tonight. Brings up 4th and 11.
Oh, we've got an opportunity, Cam. Somebody put some money there. Chat.
It's just like a charity event for bad theater.
Look at that. No, it's not bad theater.
You don't think so?
Oh, you're killing it.
Okay, whatever. Oh, goodness. Albuquerque punts it away. Minnesota will call for the fair catch. Oh, no, he didn't call for the fair catch at the 23-yard line. You're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. Coming up this week, it's SFL action tonight. SFLM Week 5 is on Tuesday this week. And then it's the debut of the UFL's inaugural season Wednesday, continuing Thursday, right here on an exciting week on VFL. Get to see Billy Flagg and the Dakota Rhinos next week, Charles.
Nice.
The handoff goes to Henson for a pickup of 3. You know, on Wednesday night, I'll be calling 3 games at the same time. Now, people, if you've been a subscriber in the last few months, you've gotten to see it in action. But you know, most people have not. It's a new talent of mine. Definitely much better than the Meerkat noises, I can assure you.
Players are still available. Is that what you're saying as well?
Oh yeah. Well, there's plenty. You got 32 teams. You got plenty of spots out there. Colin Hart picks up 3. 3rd down and 4, Minnesota.
Just trying to carry you through this promotion.
Well, the graphics off the screen, so we've done. You only have to promote it until the graphic leaves, and then we can.
Then you move on.
That's the rule.
Sorry. Dang it.
I'll talk to Mike. Isaac Knox takes the carry. That's no gain. Nice stop again by Napier, having himself a nice night. Minnesota will have to punt. Big stop for Albuquerque.
And that was a huge stop. And that's what they needed. Get the ball back in the hands of Cyrus Jive and the rest of the crew on offense.
Punt is away. Deep kick. Kind of outkicked the coverage just a little bit, but Finnemore is cut down at the 32-yard line. So 7:01 to go in the third quarter. Albuquerque's still in this thing, but it feels like Minnesota is in control right now.
Yeah, we need a spark on the Albuquerque side on offense. They got a couple big plays. They got to, put in this series, put some points on the board, and get some momentum going.
Minnesota trying to catch Denver atop the Central Division. The Nightwings are 4-2. They are a game ahead of Minnesota right now as the Legend try to close that gap to half a game. Hand off to Jason Williams as Albuquerque tries to get the run game back going. He gets 6 yards out of nothing.
I mean, it didn't look pretty at all, but man, he, through effort, he was able to make that into a 6-yard run.
Meanwhile, Albuquerque's in the very tight Southern Division. A win tonight will put them ahead of Bossier City. A loss will keep them in second, but no team has a losing record right now in the South. 2nd down and 4. Handoff goes to Taylor. Taylor will pick up about 2.5 for a 3rd and long 1.
Let's see what they do, Cam. I'd love to see a draw play on this one. Or wide and a draw. But they'll probably go power on this one.
Mark Mello upset about Madden. It's a whole new Madden. It's been totally recoded, so, give it a shot. But I understand what you're saying. You want
nice
other sports. Good first down for Jason Williams. I just, it's all about football for me in this channel. So there you go. There's other fine people out there doing other great things with other sports. But I appreciate the comment.
All right.
First down, 5:45 to go in the third. 7 in the box for Minnesota as Albuquerque continues the drive, and that's going backwards. Taylor on the carry, but Stephon Forge is there. I don't know if they're going to give him credit for a TFL, but he deserves one. 2nd and 10.
Well, I mean, you got to also give credit to Angela Meerkat there, who stood in there and just basically shut down that gap and made the running back stop in its place to try to figure out what to do, and enough time for the defenders to close it down.
Finnemore goes in motion. I think that's the target that needs to get involved more in this game. That pass is incomplete. And looking for Clarence Lee, who had an opportunity at that one, will set up a 3rd and 10.
I think maybe he zigged when he should have zagged on that one because the ball was on the wrong side.
That is now 0 for 6 on targets for anyone not named K. Marion in this receiving core. 3rd down and 10 for Albuquerque. Jive back to pass, fires into coverage, intercepted.
Oh, no.
Step for step with Marion. That was Johnny Bravo. Excellent coverage. Minnesota starting to take over.
Definitely. I mean, the thing I think it's missing for Albuquerque is the short pass game. And I think they've got the horses to do it, but they're going medium and long on their passes, and they're paying for it.
That was intended for Wall, excuse me, and he's now 0 for 4. Minnesota's done a really nice job on Jack Wall. I've seen Wall take over games for Albuquerque this season.
Yep.
Ron Haynes and Haynes Vision all over that. 1st down and 10 for Minnesota now. Up 24-9, trying to put the hammer down on the Adams. And look at Jason France dragging Jack Napier for a 6-yard gain.
Again, another example of turning nothing into something. He caught the ball maybe a yard and was able to do a fight for another 5.
France now 5 catches for 46 yards. Handoff, that's Colin Hart, and Albuquerque uses a few Adam defenders to bring him down and make sure he doesn't get the first.
Man, it started with Samuels, just read it, just flew through that gap and was able to meet head on in just enough time for his buddies to come in and help close it down.
Jason France with more catches than in any game he's played since October 19th when he had 10 and 160 for a touchdown against Chicago. Handoff to Isaac Knox. That's a 1st down. 4 minutes and counting as Minnesota's drive treks on.
And it's just, consistent, solid blocking by that line, the offensive line of the Legend. I mean, they're setting their running backs and halfbacks and fullbacks up for success on every run play.
.340 to go. Jay Taylor goes in motion. Feels like Albuquerque's hanging on by a thread right now. Reno's pass is caught by E.J. Minson, and that thread has been cut. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Just gone. I mean, I thought that I didn't think that was going to turn out well, but man, what great effort there by Minson to grab onto the ball, take it to the house. That's only his second, maybe third target of the night, and this one he made it count, taking it all the way to the house.
30-9, and Mike Daggs, a.k.a. Blimpy's in the house with the Drone Works blimp. And they are watching. Say again?
Blimp is in the house?
Blimp's in the house.
I missed it. Did I miss it?
You missed the blimp?
I was looking at the stats.
Oh my man.
Gosh.
That's a bummer.
I was checking Ray for errors, and I missed it.
Rochelle Colston and Ron Haynes, never with the errors.
I know, I'm just messing with her.
Kick is away. Albuquerque needs an answer right now. 3-score game. Finnemore on the return up to the 30-yard line, and it's kind of disappointing, Charles, because Albuquerque hasn't necessarily played a terrible game. They just I think they have looked really thin tonight in terms of talent. I mean, Marion and Jason Williams have been great, but everyone else around, their core star talent has just really been a non-factor.
I would say the run game is fine. I think the passing plays that are in the playbook maybe not as diverse as they needed going up against Minnesota.
Handoff is to Jason Williams, his 13th carry. I'm surprised that Justin hasn't gotten any touches. Alvarado with the stop. Alvarado in his 6th season, he's a really talented linebacker. No all-star appearances. Be nice to see him get into the big game. He is currently slated to be an all-star, according to the analytics team, as Taylor is crushed. There's not a lot of depth on this Albuquerque offense. 3rd and 10.
Well, I mean, that's why you mix it up and keep the defense guessing. I mean, at this point of the game, they're limited on what they can do because they're down by, 22 points?
2 for 9 on 3rd down. They've been in 3rd and 10 a lot. Jive's pass is incomplete. Looking for Marion. Blanket coverage. This has gone from bad to worse for the Adams.
Now it's up to the defense. They got to be aggressive and they got to cause a turnover and get the ball back.
Well, if Albuquerque can't get a stop here, Charles, we might have finally reached our quota for photo finishes here on a Monday night. Still not out of control just yet, but Albuquerque is in desperation mode right now as Napier makes another stop.
And I think Reno, this half, really starting to show some good stats. I mean, compared to the first half, I mean, he was not typical Reno that we're used to, and I think he's been improving ever since.
8 of his last 10 and 2 touchdowns on his last 3 passes for Reno, who's in total 13 of 19 for 155 yards tonight, the reigning MVP. Trips off the left side. They're going to run that direction. Colin Hart will scoop up 3 and milk some more clock.
Colin Hart's one of the halfbacks you want in the backfield when you run that pitch play. I mean, he gets the ball and he's so quick off the catch, and he gets to that edge so quickly that it's great if you're trying to block for him because he gets to where he needs to be quickly.
Just 8 rushing yards so far in this third quarter. Robert Henson around the right side will get a couple more to set up a 3rd down and 4. How many likes do we have on this video so far? Actually, because I could tell you. I could literally tell you. we have 27 likes. But guess what? It's not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL, SFLM, and UFL action to help the channel grow through your support. Jason France with another first down catch.
Yeah, he's been, midpoint of the game so far to now. France is really starting to take control there. But I want to make mention there, special mention to Henson, the fullback. I don't think he's had any carry. I may be wrong. I don't think he's had any carries all season. And tonight, he's he's got like 5 or 6 carries, 29 yards.
Yep, you're spot on. 40. I said earlier tonight that he had 41 yards on 12 carries this season, but that's actually all time. You're right. He has not had a carry this season. He's been big time tonight with those 29 yards, nearly getting as many yards as he's had his entire career. So big night for Robert Henson. Second down and 6, handoff to Hart, and he got clobbered.
Man.
Joshua Williams clubbed him.
Number 99. Wow, that was an angry tackle.
Williams' squad certainly probably frustrated by this result. 9-0 at home, 2-7 on the road in their very young history as Johnny Reno drops to throw. Reno will fire down the field. That is incomplete, and there's the stop for Albuquerque.
Yeah, nice coverage there by Valentine. He had Minson blanketed.
Well, there you go. The Adams hanging in this thing, making Melillo on to punt. Fair catch called for at the 17-18 by Finnemore. Cyrus Jive, his last 10, not pretty. 3 for 10 for 36 yards, and they're living in 3rd and long, Charles. They got to find a way to snap out of that.
I mean, they need to take advantage of what the defense has given them. I think what we've seen is a lot of deep zone coverage there by Minnesota. You got to take advantage of those short little gains.
Ooh, Alvarado, helmet to chest.
Third sack of the season, and that one right there was a kick in the groin there to Albuquerque.
Cyrus Jive's going to have to walk that one off, and he's going to feel it tomorrow. End of the third quarter, Minnesota 31, Albuquerque 9. It's all legend in the second half here on the Virtual Football Network. Alongside Rochelle Colston, Ron Haynes, Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine with you here in Week 6. Minnesota and Albuquerque. Cyrus Jive, 2nd and long. Actually, really good pickup, and that pass is caught by Clarence Lee. That was big old Mark Mello, the league-leading sacker, who got close to Jive, but it was picked up, and Jive converts for a first down.
Yeah, and at the second catch of the season there for Lee, I believe. I don't know if he's caught any tonight. The first for the night?
Yep.
Yeah, so only second for the season, so he made it count.
Finally, the first catch for a receiving target other than K. Marion tonight. Wall splits out wide. Jive going deep to Wall, and Wall's got his first catch. Okay, Albuquerque getting things moving, finally getting some others involved.
I think they've got something there on those medium routes and even the short routes, Cam. I mean, because they're queuing on the deep coverage, and why not? Because you're up by so much. But you could get some chunks of yardage there if you capitalize on that.
First down for the Adams. Finally getting some momentum here in the second half. Ball at the Minnesota 48-yard line, I formation. Down 22, and nothing there. Alvarado, that sack that he got, that's another loss of 2. We saw almost an identical play from him from their last game against Chicago. He's really good at shooting those gaps.
Yeah, he just knows where to be at the right time, and when he's there and it comes his way, he capitalizes on it.
Jive to throw, 2nd down and 12. Wide open, Marion, first down to the 37. Somebody blew that assignment. Good read from Cyrus.
I mean, the wide receivers here, late in the game for the Adams, they're helping out their quarterback in those those contested catches. They're doing what they can to hold on to the ball and move the ball down the field.
Jubilee Marsh was the safety there, just a touch late to react, and Marion able to break free. There's Cyrus Jives' updated numbers, but he's really slinging it here on this drive. He's hit 3 different receivers and is 3 for 3 passing. 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 35-yard line. Handoff, Jason Williams running right. There is no room at the end. He ran really well in the first half. He has struggled to get going in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Yeah, I think it's because Minnesota's made some adjustments there. They kind of know where he's going to run when they're in those power packages and just shutting it down.
Rushing yards by quarter for Albuquerque, 28, 19, 12, -2 as the game has gone along. Jack Wall goes in motion. Another 2nd and long for Albuquerque. Cyrus Jive trying to get him out of a jam. And Cyrus Jive is going to go down for a sack. Taken out by Chloe Meerkat, 3rd and 15.
Oh, my God. They had an extra blocker back there to protect their quarterback, and they still were able to get in and make the sack. That was incredible by Meerkat.
Yeah, got the backup running back in there doing a whole bunch of nothing.
Well, only had a half sack coming into this game, Cam. Now you got your full sack.
3rd and 15. Jive up against it. Fires. It is intercepted. That's Johnny Bravo taking it away, and another throw in double coverage on a 3rd down from Cyrus Jive.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is another instance where the pocket started to break down, and Jive had to make a quick decision, and in this one case, it was the wrong one.
I understand the choice to throw it there by Jive, but totally threw it inside, Charles. Just got to get that to the outside shoulder to Wall, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, I know. It's easy for us to say we're not being chased by 350-pound men.
That's true, and this line, heck, Mark Mello was the star coming into the night, but the Meerkats have taken over this game in a number of ways as Colin Hart is dipsy-dude for a pickup of 4, 7 minutes and counting in this game, and it's just kind of surprising how quickly this one turned on the Adams.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Albuquerque, the game plan for Minnesota is favoring them in a position like this, up by 22 points with, 6 minutes left. They've got the right run plays in there, and the offensive line has been executing, so they can eat up some clock.
And off to Isaac Knox. Gets 4. 3rd and 2. I'm expecting another run and another 1st down unless Albuquerque's defense can come up with something.
I mean, they got to get aggressive now. I mean, they've got to, commit and, maybe sacrifice some deep gains there to try and get a turnover or a sack, whatever.
164 passing, 141 rushing. Colin Hart's got a 1st down. And a nice block out there by the guard, Carly Forge.
Now it's just, clock is just slowly, ticking away.
What a big win for Minnesota here tonight if they are able to hold on in the next few games. They got back-to-back road games coming up. It's not a overly daunting schedule, but do have to take care of business in the division. The big one for them, though, is on Valentine's Day. On Monday, Charles, they take on their loving rival, the Indianapolis Ramblers.
I mean, the next 2 games at Indianapolis, at OKC, by their bye week, they could potentially be looking at a
4-2 record. 2-2 now, and they'd be 4-2 heading into that week.
3-2, 4-2, 5-2.
Okay, Charles. It's just like I tell my dad. If you wanna go back and forth with the commissioner about standings.
They'll be under 500. They'll be 1-10.
Rios pass is incomplete.
Sir.
4th down. Albuquerque gets the stop.
Good, sir.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Let's shift gears. Hey, Charles, next week, Fort Worth and D.C. is our Monday night spectacular. And doing something a little different. We don't have a Monday on the 12s this season to honor those that we've lost within the league. But DC's coach, Shabazz Senergy, lost his mom a couple of months ago.
No.
Fort Worth's one of Fort Worth's owners lost his dad in the past year. So honoring loved ones of the SFL community that they've lost. And so I'm sure we'll have some great tributes for that game on Monday night. And it should be a good game, too, as Fort Worth and DC both over 500 to start the season and both competing at the top of the standings. So big game next Monday night. It should be a fun one before our Monday night spectaculars take a little bit of a break.
And a nice tip there by Jubilee Marsh.
So 2nd down and 10, 4:46 to go after the Marsh deflection. Clarence Lee goes in motion. Albuquerque's offense has been largely invisible in this second half, as that pass is caught by Marion just to shut me up to the Minnesota 49. Quickly goes Albuquerque up tempo.
I mean, that's the one reliable receiver there for Jive.
Short throw that is caught by Marion on a little out route. 2nd and 5. Jive again looking that direction, but the two receivers all cobbled together. 3rd down.
A lot of cobbling going on that one. And also add 3 defenders to the cobblation.
I don't have any more words left, man. You are funny. Jive to throw. Fires and Wall. Ouch. Went up with the one hand, and then Minnesota got a shot in for good measure.
I mean, you got to realize when you go up like that, you sacrifice your rib cage for pain.
Albuquerque will fall to 4-2. They've got Bossier City. Oh, they're going to fake it. That is a Buzz Killington throw, and it's incomplete. Didn't have the right personnel in for that one.
That was our first of the season, Cam.
It was. And they had a no-namer out there trying to make that catch. I don't know if it would have mattered. Minnesota sniffed it out and had it well covered.
Yeah. What's the percentage of success for that play? Anybody do any work on that one?
I'd probably say it's about maybe 15%. Just
really
rough estimate on memory. If memory serves me right. It has happened a few times. The most memorable, Charles, was Carolina's that went for a touchdown. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
It was against Atlanta, I think. Big-time play by, I believe, Hattori Hanzo, who now plays in Atlanta, ironically.
Nice. I like how you did that.
Yeah, something's working tonight. 2nd and 3. 3:40 to go in the 4th quarter. Minnesota's offense working tonight. 331 yards of offense.
Nice.
And there I go. It jinxed it again. Knox loses 2. Okay, back to Albuquerque. Next 3 games for the Adams, Charles. Bossier City, Carolina, Florida. That is not an easy stretch. And they end the season at Mexico City, at Fort Worth in the division. So this is not going to be an easy stretch for the Adams, who look like they're going to fall to 4-2 tonight.
Well, maybe this is what they needed, a little punch in the face to, kind of right the ship, figure out what you need to do, where your holes are.
They do get Bossier City and Carolina at home, and Albuquerque has never lost at home, 9-0. As the handoff goes to Colin Hart, he is going to get the first down. That was close, but just give it to Colin on that one.
I mean, we're seeing some aggressiveness there by Albuquerque that I don't think we've seen. We saw early in the game. It gets a little late, but they've got the ability to get past that very good blockers in this league and, wreak some havoc in the backfield, but I didn't see a lot of that tonight.
The clock will roll. A well-done job by Minnesota tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Really performed quite well, and they've been on a little bit of a roll. They nearly blanked Chicago 23-3 before their bye. Had a couple of blowout losses to Mexico City and Baltimore early in the season, but both those teams are over 500 at the moment as Knox takes the carry. Week 7 gets started on a Valentine's Day Friday with the Wilson SFL kickoff show at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Mike and Gerald get you ready for another weekend slate of games. Friday features 3 games headlined by 2 teams that love each other, these Minnesota Legend and the Indianapolis Ramblers at 8 p.m. Eastern, plus a couple other good games too. Arizona, Carolina, and Washington, Vancouver. It's all right here on the Virtual Football Network. What a Valentine's Day Friday coming up this week.
Nice.
Handoff, Colin Hart, as Albuquerque will burn their first time out. Another first down might seal this one for Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, 3rd and 4, just give it to Colin.
There's his updated numbers.
He was kind of quiet in the second half.
Yeah, it was, Minnesota's defense really stole the show, and the offense has been really balanced. Reno with 22 throws. Knox has 12 carries. Henson's gotten 5. So it hasn't been the Hart show that we are familiar with. He's actually not going to be able to get this first down, and Albuquerque will get a chance to run some more no huddle.
Yeah, definitely. That's exciting. That's what we want to see.
Dags, hopefully you and Gerald and y'all's spouses will be celebrating Valentine's Day on Saturday like I will.
So there is a rumor going around that in the pregame show with Gerald and Mike that Gerald will be dressing up as Cupid. Is that true?
Wow, look at this punt. It's just going to waste as much time as possible. I'd want to see the different outfit options for that, Charles, before I make my decision. But yes, apparently that is the rumor.
Wow, crazy. Mike O'Neill says it's 100%.
Oh, Gerald. He's living his best life now that he doesn't have to worry about offending anybody. He just gets to say whatever he wants, and no one's coming after him as Kay Marion is unable to reel that one in. Once more, blanketed. 7 catches on 13 targets tonight.
Oh man, they are in dangerous territory here. I mean, I know they got to be aggressive, but man, they turn it over here. We're looking at 38-9.
Jive against pressure, fires where the blitz came from. Good throw to Jack Wall. Albuquerque uses their last timeout.
And what a game. Minnesota started off, first play of the game, they threw an interception, almost had a touchdown against them. And since then, they talk about regrouping. I mean, we talked about, Minnesota having, this was a test game for them. And, man, they've passed it with an A+.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. On both Minnesota first quarter interceptions, I should say, both of those drives ended in those goal line stands inside the 2-yard line, Charles. So their defense stepped up to pick up Johnny Reno, and then Johnny Reno was able to deliver as Kay Marion gets another deep catch.
Yeah, I mean, Kay Marion's been money tonight for Jive. I mean, I think that's one of the only receivers that's been stepping up for him.
But Kay's also faced some heavy coverage. There's another deflection in the direction of Cyrus Jive's throw. 2nd down and 10 with 1:07 to go. Oh my gosh, I just got a sneak preview of Gerald's Cupid costume for Valentine's Day.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, that's going to take a long time to burn out of my retinas. Jive's pass incomplete, looking for Jason Williams, and that was all sorts of discombobulated. The Minnesota defense getting some more pressure on the field as Colin Hart waves to his family.
I'm reluctant to do the big reveal here, but the other rumor is Dags is going to dress up like Aphrodite.
When does this game end? 3rd down and 10. Jive fires it over to Marion,
catch.
and it's 1 yard shy of the first down. They'll regroup for fourth down.
That was a huge catch. I mean, that was a big catch in coverage. Not enough for the first down, but good effort.
You know, I'm not sure as Jive on 4th down and 1. That pass is caught. Oh, we needed more of that tonight as Marion gets a first down. I think we were both surprised by how wide open she was on that play.
Right.
But Charles, what I was saying is I'm not sure that we learned anything new about these teams. You know, Albuquerque's very talented. This game got away from them a little bit, but you know, they'll be just fine. And we knew Minnesota was better than that 2-2 record coming in. They proved that in this game.
Yeah, I rarely learn anything new.
That's what you got out of that. You're surprising me a lot tonight, Charles, leaving me speechless. That pass incomplete, looking for Jack Wall. Yeah, hey, kudos to Johnny Bravo, man. This is a tough assignment. 6'3", 225 against 6'7", 255, and Johnny Bravo's won it almost every time.
Definitely having a very, very solid game. Well, probably one of the best games of the season for him.
Third down and 10 for Fenimore. Cyrus Jives, pass intercepted. And almost taken back the other way, but Nicholas Frossel comes up with a monster pick. And for Minnesota, only having 4 interceptions in their first 4 games, well, they made up for that tonight.
Well, Frossel shows his muscle and gets the interception and second of the season.
24 seconds left, just one more kneel down. Who's your player of the game, Charles?
Cam's ready to disconnect my mic.
Hey, man, you've made this fun for everybody tonight. I'm sure everyone
All
appreciates
right, we lost
it.
Charles.
Charles, who's your player of the game?
Oh, my gosh. Who's my player of the game? You know, I'm going to say, there's so many different options, Cam. Wow, you dropped this on me now.
What was I supposed to drop it on you in the second quarter?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, there's so many players on Minnesota that played well. I mean, it's balanced across the board.
So it's a game ball to the whole team then. That's okay. You can do that.
You could go. You know what? I'm going to give it to Johnny Reno because in the it's late in the first half, all the way to the rest of the second half. His play improved, and he was able to keep that steady output for the offense, and let them take control of the game. And but that's just barely. I mean, golly, there's so many players on defense and offense you can give the ball to.
How about this? I'll give mine to all the Meerkats. Derek Meerkat had 8 tackles. Chloe and Angela had 1.5 sacks up front. Derek Meerkat had a pass deflection, had an interception. They were all over the place tonight. Angela had 2 TFLs as well.
Cam, now you got to do the Meerkat.
No, I don't. That's a wrap. Final score, Minnesota 31, Albuquerque 9 for Ron Haynes, Rochelle Colston, Charles Doherty. I've been Cameron Irvine. Okay.
That was good, Cam.
Okay, you know
it.
what? That is by far the best Meerkat you will ever hear on this
bragging
channel.
On yourself. Look at you.
What was that?
Bragging on yourself?
No, that was you. You did that.
What? What are you talking about?
Yes, you did. You did that, and I'm giving you all the credit.
Good night.
We're getting out of here before any of us can say anything more. Minnesota 31, Albuquerque 9. Good night, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.